Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today the Cubs are coming home for 3 games against the St. Louis Cardinals. After wrapping up a 4-3 road trip, the Cubs now coming home to face the Cardinals, who are tied for second in the Central Division standings, 9.5 games behind Chicago. For today's game, the Cubs are going to send Chris Archer out to the mound. He's making start number 14 with a 5-4 record, 3.92 ERA, and a 1.26 WHIP. The Cubs lineup will include Horner, Correa, Santana, Harper, Springer, Tauchman, Estrada, Ramos, and Archer batting ninth. For the Cardinals, Carlos Martinez is going to be on the mound. He's making start number 13 with a 7-3 record, 2.97 ERA, and a 1.06 WHIP. The Cardinals lineup will be Bader, Carpenter, Goldschmidt, Carlson, Kinzer, Fowler, DeYoung, Edmundo Sosa, and Carlos Martinez batting ninth. It is 71 degrees, and the wind is blowing in off the lake at 11 mph. And now it is time to start today's game. With Chris Archer on the mound, Harrison Bader stepping up to the plate, we are ready to get this game underway. The Cubs coming in at 19 games over 500, facing off with the Cardinals, who are exactly even on the season. Archer now facing Bader. He is looking for the sign. And here comes the delivery. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Archer gets strikeout number 60 on the season, and living up to that nickname of Striker as he faces Carpenter now with 1 out, nobody on. Here's the 1-2 count. Archer looking to deliver the pitch. And another swing and a miss for strike 3, and Striker strikes again on the big curveball. Archer now facing Goldschmidt. 2 outs, nobody on. 1 ball is the count to Paul Goldschmidt. Here is the delivery, and that's a grounder towards short. Correa picks it. He throws it over to first. That was a backhanded play, and Correa made it look easy for the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 1st, a scoreless game at Wrigley Field. Martinez facing Horner in the bottom of the 1st inning. 1 strike count. Nico Horner waiting for the pitch. And there's a liner into center field. Nico Horner is going to have a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 1st inning. After a wide turn, he retreats to first, and he now has a 13-game hitting streak as Carlos Correa comes up. Nobody out, runner on first. Here's a full count pitch to Carlos Correa. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Correa putting a 20-game hitting streak on the line, and he swung and missed at a changeup for the 1st out of the 1st inning. Santana now batting, 1 out, 1 man on. Here's the 2-strike count, and that one gets away. Horner's going to advance to second as the ball rolls to the backstop. And now we have 1 out and a runner in scoring position. Danny Santana facing Martinez. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Santana goes down swinging. 2nd strikeout of the inning for Martinez, and that brings up Bryce Harper with 2 outs and the runner on second. Harper has been heating up lately, getting some key base hits for the Cubs in that just-ended road trip. So with 2 outs and runner on second, here's a 3-1 pitch, and that is inside for ball 4. So Bryce Harper draws the walk, keeping the inning alive as George Springer comes up to the plate. 2 outs, 2 men on. Martinez facing Springer with a 2-2 count, and that one gets away to all the way to the backstop. The runners advance to second and third, and now a base hit from Springer has the potential to drive in 2 runs. A full count now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 1st inning. Here is the pitch to Springer. And he lines that one past the shortstop into left field. 1 run is going to score. Rounding third and heading home is Harper. He's going to be safe. And the Cubs take a 2-0 lead off the bat of George Springer. A 2-run single in the bottom of the 1st inning. And the Cubs now enjoy the 2-run lead as Mike Tauchman comes up to the plate. 2 outs and 1 man on. Here's the pitch to Tauchman, and he pops it up to center. A golf shot, really. As the center fielder comes in, he looks up and puts it away to end the inning. So the Cubs score twice, taking a 2-0 lead into the top of the 2nd inning. Dylan Carlson leading off against Striker here in the top of the 2nd. 3-1 is the count. Here is the pitch. Inside for ball 4, so Dylan Carlson draws the walk. As he trots down to first, it brings up Kinzer. Is Carlson particularly fast? Oh, yes. Matter of fact, he is. He's got 6 stolen bases already this season. Kinzer facing Archer. We're going to pitch out on the first pitch, see what happens here. There's the pitch out. The runner does not go. So that is ball 1. Pitch to the batter now with a 1-ball count. Here it comes, and a pop up to right center. Chasing is Harper. He calls for it, makes the catch for out number 1. Next up, Dexter Fowler, a one-time Cub, who's now playing right field for the Cardinals today. The switch hitting Fowler comes up from the left side against the righty Archer. 1 out, 1 man on. Here's the first pitch, and that is high. It is ball 1. So now we're going to throw over to first and keep that runner close as Carlson goes back easily. The pitch now with a 1-ball count, and that is a ball for ball 2. That is low. And so now we're going to pinch the batter, 2-ball count, and there's a grounder up the middle. The throw goes to short, the relay to first, and that is a 4-6-3 double play, which is going to end the inning. So the Cubs infield defense comes through. No runs score. We go to the bottom of the second, a 2-0 ball game. Thairo Estrada leading off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the second inning. 1-1 is the count. Here's the pitch to Estrada, and it's a pop-up on the infield. The first baseman Goldschmidt heading over toward the line. He makes the catch for out number 1. Ramos now the batter, 1 out, nobody on. 1-1 is the count to Ramos with the pitch. There's a liner into right. I believe that's going to drop in as Ramos has a 1-out single. So now the pitcher, Archer, comes up in what is going to be a sacrifice situation. Archer will be asked to lay down the bunt, and he does. It goes down the third baseline. Third baseman has it. He throws to second, and they get the relatively slow Ramos out on the force. So the lead runner's retired. The bunt is ineffective. Archer is now on first with 2 outs, and Nico Horner is the next batter. Bottom of the second inning, 2 outs, 1 man on. Here's the 1-ball pitch to Horner, and he's hitting the back. So Nico Horner takes his base. The Cubs now have 2 men on with 2 outs, and Carlos Correa is the batter. Correa looking to help the Cubs add to their lead here in the bottom of the second inning. 2-1 is the count, and Correa pops it up. Straightaway center field, going back toward the warning track. The center fielder looks up and he makes the catch to end the inning. Well, Correa certainly gave that one a ride, but ultimately the wind knocked it down and kept it in the stadium. We're going to the top of the third of a 2-0 ball game. Archer on the hill, working against Dion here to lead off the top of the third for the Cardinals. 2-2 is the count. Here is the pitch, and there's a grounder to first. Picked up and stepping on the base. That is out number 1. Archer now facing Sosa. 1-ball count. Here is the pitch. And a pop-up to center. This should be routine for Springer as he comes in. He looks up and makes the catch for out number 2. Carlos Martinez now the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. First pitch to Carlos Martinez. Here it comes. And a grounder in front of the plate. The catcher pops up and grabs it, throws down to first, and that'll end the inning. So the Cardinals go down in order. We'll go down to the bottom of the third of a 2-0 ball game. Danny Santana leading off for the Cubs in the bottom of the third inning. He's 0 for 1 today. Here's a 2-strike count and the pitch from Martinez. And that's a liner down the right field line. That's going to be extra bases as it rattles around in the corner. Santana rounding first. He's heading for second. The throw goes to the cutoff man. And Santana has a leadoff double here in the bottom of the third inning. As the 4th base hit of the day for the Cubs, and it brings up Bryce Harper. With nobody out, runner on second. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Harper takes strike 3 at the knees. That's going to be out number 1. Strikeout number 3 on the day for Martinez, which brings up George Springer. He is 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs from back in the first inning. Here is the first pitch to George Springer. And he grounds it right up the middle. The second baseman, has it. The shift was on. The second baseman was in position, but looks like He may have bobbled the ball. Springer, however, burning down the line, beats it out for an infield hit. So now with runners on the corners and one out, Mike Tauschman is the batter. Bottom of the third inning, Tauschman facing Martinez. 1-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch, and there's a grounder over to first. Throw goes to second, the relay to first, but Tauschman beats it out to avoid the double play and allow the run to score. Tauschman, on the fielder's choice, allows the run to score, making this a 3-0 ball game, and that'll bring up Thairo Estrada. With 2 outs and 1 man on, Martinez facing Estrada. Here is the first pitch, and he lines that one into center field for another base hit. Tauschman rounding second, heading for third, but he thinks better of it. So now with 2 outs, 2 men on, Wilson Ramos the batter. Bottom of the third inning, 1 run already in. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Ramos pops it up behind first base. Chasing is Goldschmidt. He calls for it, making the catch in short right field to end the inning. So the Cubs score again. They'd strand 2. We go to the top of the fourth of a 3-0 ball game. Harrison Bader leading off for the Cardinals in the top of the fourth inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Archer with the delivery. And that is a grounder over to first. Santana has it. He flips to the pitcher covering for out number 1. Archer now facing Carpenter with 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch from Archer and a grounder up the middle. Archer picks it, he throws to first, and that is out number 2. Goldschmidt now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. 2-2 is the count to Paul Goldschmidt. And a liner past the first baseman into right field. That is the Cardinals' first base hit of this ball game in the bottom of the fourth inning. So the no-hitter is broken up on the Goldschmidt single, and now Carlson is the batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. Archer working with a 2-2 count. And a liner past the first baseman again, that's another base hit. Cardinals may be onto something here. 2 base hits to the exact same place. The throw goes to third as Goldschmidt is safe, advancing first to third on that base hit. So the Cardinals suddenly threatening. With second and third, 2 outs in the top of the fourth inning. Archer now facing Kinzer. Here is the 3-0 pitch from Archer, and he has just let loose on ball 4, so suddenly the bases are loaded. And Archer not looking quite so unhittable as Dexter Fowler comes up. 2 outs, bases loaded, Cubs up by 3. Archer needs to record it out to get out of this inning. Here's the 1-2 count, and the pitch to Fowler, and a swing and a miss on a curveball in the dirt. That's going to end the inning. So the Cardinals leave the bases loaded. They do not score. We go to the bottom of the fourth of a 3-0 ball game. Carlos Martinez facing Chris Archer in the bottom of the fourth inning. 1 strike is the count. And the pitch to Archer. There's a grounder towards second. Picked up and thrown over to first. That'll be out number 1. Nico Horner, the next batter. With 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count to Nico Horner. And he takes a grounder up the middle. The shortstop has it. Throwing to first, that'll be out number 2. Correa now batting. With 2 outs, nobody on. Correa already 0 for 2 today. 2-1 is the count. Correa waiting for the pitch. There's a grounder past the short third baseman into left field. Correa extends his hitting streak to 21 games with a double with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. So now Santana is the batter. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth, Cubs up by 3. Martinez facing Santana with a 1-2 count. Here is the pitch to Santana, and he pops it up to left. This should be routine. Left fielder chasing toward the line. He makes the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. They do not score. We go to the top of the fifth of a 3-0 ball game. DeYoung, the batter, facing Archer, top of the fifth inning. Here's the 1-1 count, and the pitch from Archer, and a drive to deep left field. As Santana looks up, you can kiss it goodbye. That is going to be a solo home run to lead off for the Cardinals in the top of the fifth inning. That'll make this a 3-1 ball game. 396 feet as the ball comes flying back in from the bleachers. And now this is a 2-run lead. Archer facing Sosa. Top of the fifth inning. First pitch to Edmundo Sosa. Here it comes. And a pop-up to right. Coming in is Archer. He looks like he's going to make the play. Gets under it, and that'll be out number 2. out number 1. That's the first out of the inning. And now the Cardinals are going to send out a pinch hitter. Lane Thomas coming up for the Cardinals. He has a .255 batting average and 4 RBIs on the season. The righty Thomas will face the righty Archer at the top of the 5th inning with 1 out, nobody on. 2 balls is the count. Archer with the pitch to Thomas. And that's a grounder toward third. Estrada has it. He throws to first. That'll be out number 2. Next up, Harrison Bader. 2 outs, nobody on. Here is the first pitch to Harrison Bader. And a pop-up to right. Archer induces the fly ball. Harper gets under it and makes the catch to end the inning. Well, the Cardinals score once. They cut the Cubs lead down by 33% as we go to the bottom of the 5th of a 3-1 ball game. And now, Ryan Helsley has come out of the Hell's Kitchen area known as the Cardinal bullpen. Helsley has thrown 29 innings, walked 13, struck out 38 with a 1.86 ERA. He's going to face Bryce Harper to lead off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Harper 0 for 1 today, waiting for the 3-2 pitch. Full count. Here is the delivery. And Harper grounds it to second. The throw goes over to first, and that is out number 1. Next up, George Springer. 1 out, nobody on. Springer waiting for the 3-0 pitch, and that is high and away for ball 4. So Springer draws the walk. As he heads down to first, Mike Tauschman is going to come up to the plate. 1 out, runner on first. Tauschman facing Helsley. 1 ball is the count. Here's the pitch, and Tauschman pops it up on the infield. The third baseman coming in, he calls off the shortstop in foul territory, makes the play for out number 2. Estrada now the batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. Helsley facing Estrada. And there's a pickoff throw over to first, and that is going to end the inning. Tauschman caught sleeping over at first base, and he is picked off for the 3rd out of the 5th inning. We're going to the top of the 6th now of a 3-1 Cub lead. Wilson Ramos facing, Chris Archer facing off with Matt Carpenter here in the top of the 6th inning. Wilson Ramos still doing the catching for the Cubs. Nothing has changed there. So here's a full count pitch from Archer. Here is the delivery, and that is outside for ball 4. So the walk is issued. That is 72 pitches on the day for Archer, and Goldschmidt is the next batter. And this is probably an appropriate time to warm up a reliever of some form. Let's see who we can find down in the bullpen. Well, Joe Jimenez is day-to-day with a sore elbow. He has 1 day left before he's back to full speed. This seems like an appropriate place to warm up Junior Fernandez, as the Cardinals have a lot of righties coming up in this lineup. We are going to visit the mound and give Fernandez a moment to keep warming up. Archer now facing Goldschmidt with a runner on first, nobody out at the top of the 6th inning. Here's the 2-ball count and the pitch to Goldschmidt, and it's a pop-up on the infield. Horner coming over. Santana calls for it, though, in foul territory. He makes the play for out number 1. Dylan Carlson now the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Top of the 6th inning. 1-2 is the count, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that is strikeout number 4 for Archer as he continues to earn the nickname here today. We go now to Adam Kinzer with 2 outs and the runner still on first. Kinzer going to get a chance to finish this inning against Archer. I suppose the better way to say that is Archer finishing the inning against Kinzer, but, you know, that's splitting hairs, I guess. I would really like Archer to get out of this inning because he's due up to bat 3rd in the next half inning. All right, Archer now working with a 2-ball count. Here's the pitch to Kinzer, and there's a liner up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. So Archer allows the 2-out single. The runner going to 3rd, he is going to slide, and looks like he's safe over at 3rd. So now the Cardinals have runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Dexter Fowler is the batter. Junior Fernandez is ready to come in. He is going to be brought in to try to record the 3rd out in the 6th inning. We're just going to go ahead and let Fernandez face 1 batter. Fernandez facing Fowler. 2 outs, runners on the corners, top of the 6th inning. He needs a strikeout to get out of the inning. Fernandez, in 29 and a third innings, has walked 14, struck out 39 with a 3.86 ERA. Fernandez now facing Fowler. 2 strikes is the count. Junior Fernandez looking for the sign and delivering the pitch. And a liner past the shortstop into left field. That's a base hit. 1 run will score. The throw goes to the cutoff man. And that is going to make this a 3-2 ball game. Junior Fernandez had him on the ropes and could not deliver the knockout punch. And now Tommy Edman is going to come off the Cardinal bench to pinch hit for the number 7 spot. Edman has allowed 3 home runs and a .263 batting average with 13 RBIs so far this season. With 2 outs, runners on first and second, Fernandez facing Edman with a 1-strike count. Here is the pitch. And a liner up the middle for another base hit. So Fernandez allows back-to-back base hits. The throw from Springer comes home, and it is going to be, it looks like he's safe. So the game is tied up at 3 as Fernandez allows back-to-back base hits, and now the Cardinals have tied up this ball game in the top of the 6th inning. And now we're going to go ahead and warm up Gabriel Moya. We are going to visit the mound, give him a chance to start warming up. We're going to throw a pickoff throw over to second and see if we can, and he throws it into center field, and the runners advance. Fernandez is just a train wreck out there on the mound now. He's facing Edmundo Sosa with 2 outs, runners on second and third in the top of the 6th inning. Fernandez working with a 3-1 count, and there's a grounder to second. Corner has it. He throws to first, which ends the inning. So 2 runs score. We have a tie ball game now going into the bottom of the 6th inning. Estrada is coming up to lead off for the Cubs against Ryan Helsley here in the bottom of the 6th. We're going to sit Gabriel Moya down. And we are going to, for the 7th inning, we're going to warm up Jimenez. All right. Helsley facing Estrada to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Cubs. In this newly tied contest, the Cubs are going to have to score again to win. 1 strike is the count. Here's the pitch to Estrada. A grounder towards second. Picked up, thrown over to first. That is out number 1. Ramos now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Helsley working with a 1-2 count. And there is strike 3 called right at the knees. So out number 2 as the Cubs are now going to send up a pinch hitter for the pitcher spot. It is going to be Tristan Casas coming off the bench. The lefty Casas will face the righty Helsley with 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Casas is 0 for 10 on the season. He is facing Helsley in a tie ball game. Here's a 3-1 count and the pitch. And a drive to deep right field. I think Tristan Casas just broke the streak. He has hit his first base hit of the season, which is a solo home run, giving the Cubs a 4-3 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. 401 feet out into the right field seats, and Tristan Casas has just earned his pay for the week. So now Nico Horner is the batter. With 2 outs, nobody on, the Cubs now have taken the 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Full count pitch to Horner. Here it comes. Inside for ball 4. Nico Horner draws the walk. And now as he walks down to first, Carlos Correa heads up to the plate. Correa batting. He is 1 for 3 today with 2 outs and the runner on first. Cubs up by 1. Here's the first pitch to Carlos Correa. And that's a drive into the gap in right center field. That's going to hit the wall. The runner's rounding second, heading for third. Correa coming in with a double, and it looks like that is going to drive in the run. No, Horner held at third, so that is not going to drive in the run. It is still a 4-3 ball game, and Danny Santana now is the batter with 2 outs, 2 men on. Santana is facing Genesis Cabrera, who comes out of the Cardinal bullpen with 22 innings thrown, 3 walks, 33 strikeouts, and a 1.23 ERA. Cabrera facing Santana in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs looking for some insurance runs as they are trying to pad this lead here in the bottom of the 6th. We need to get Gabriel Moya back up. He hasn't been. Oh, he's still ready, apparently. Okay. So Cabrera facing Santana. 2 strikes is the count. Here comes the pitch, and a swing and a miss to end the inning. So the Cubs score once. They strand 2. We go to the top of the 7th of a 4-3 ball game. And now Jimenez is ready to come in and pitch. So he is going to be brought in to the number 9 spot. He is going to pitch. And Gabriel Moya is standing ready. He will be used to pitch to Matt Carpenter when we get that far. Now, the Cardinals, for their part, are sending another pinch hitter up to the plate. This is Pat Valleca off the bench. He has 1 home run, 5 RBIs, and a 174 batting average on the season. Joe Jimenez, coming out of the Cubs bullpen, has thrown 21 in the 3rd innings, walked 4, struck out 30 with a 3.80 ERA. Jimenez facing Valleca, top of the 7th inning. Here's the 2-2 count, and Jimenez looking to deliver the pitch. Here it comes. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Joe Jimenez gets the strikeout for the first out of the inning. Harrison Bader now the batter. With 1 out, nobody on. Bader facing Jimenez, top of the 7th. Here is the first pitch to Harrison Bader. And a drive into left. Chasing is the left fielder, Tauschman. He's going to play it on a hop. That'll be a 1-out single for Harrison Bader. And now Matt Carpenter comes up, and we're going to see Gabriel Moya enter this ball game to face the lefty Carpenter. But we're going to make a bit of a switch because Jimenez is still going to stay in the game. So with the lefty coming up, we're going to see Jimenez get sent out to left field. Gabriel Moya is going to come into the number 6 spot and pitch. And then Jimenez will come back to face Goldschmidt for the next batter. Now, Gabriel Moya facing Matt Carpenter with 1 out, runner on first in the top of the 7th inning. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Gabriel Moya. He is looking for the sign, and here's the delivery. And a grounder towards second. The throw goes to short, the relay to first, and there's a 4-6-3 double play. So that worked out even better than intended. We go to the bottom of the 7th now. It's a 4-3 Cub lead. And here to lead the 7th inning stretch for us today is Harrison Ford. Bryce Harper steps up to the plate for the Cubs to face the lefty Genesis Cabrera here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cabrera has already recorded 1 out, a strikeout, in the 6th inning. He's now coming out for his 2nd inning work. And yeah, alright, I know what we're gonna do. So Harper facing Cabrera, 2 strikes is the count. Cabrera delivering the pitch. That is strike 3 called. It looked high, but he got rung up looking. 2nd strikeout of the game for Genesis Cabrera. Now George Springer the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Springer 2 for 2 today. He is waiting for the first pitch from Genesis Cabrera, and there's a pop-up on the infield. The second baseman coming back over toward his normal position to make the play for out number 2. And now the pitcher Gabriel Moya comes up, and Javi Guerrera comes out of the Cardinal bullpen. With 25 1/3 innings thrown, 7 walks, 36 strikeouts, and a 4.62 ERA. Guerrera is going to face a pinch hitter from the Cubs bench, which is going to be Miguel Amaya. And then we are also going to be warming up another reliever in the bullpen, which is going to be, we're going to actually warm up Diaz, and we're going to warm up Blake Taylor in the bullpen. Now, Amaya is facing Guerrera with 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the 7th inning. Guerrera trying to shut down the Cubs, holding it a 1-run deficit for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's a 1-strike count. And the pitch to Amaya. And there's a drive to deep left field. Miguel Amaya tattoos that ball all the way out onto the street. Miguel Amaya with a monster home run has just made this a 5-3 ball game in favor of the Cubs. Miguel Amaya with home run number 6 on the season brings up Thairo Estrada now with 2 outs and nobody on. Estrada facing Guerrera in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the 1-2 count and the pitch. And there's a grounder toward first. Goldschmidt has this. He steps to the base and ends the inning. We go now to the top of the 8th. It is 5-3 in favor of the Cubs. And now, all right, so Joe Jimenez is going to do the pitching. And we're going to put a real left fielder out there, which is going to be Mr. Malik Smith. He's going to enter the game and play left field. And now, Joe Jimenez is going to face Paul Goldschmidt to lead off the top of the 8th inning for the Cardinals. And Diaz can sit down and Taylor can sit down. Jimenez, through 6 innings, threw 6 pitches and retired 1 batter before he got moved to left field in a double switch last half inning, and then the inning ended on a ground ball double play. Jimenez now facing Goldschmidt. Here is the first pitch, and Goldschmidt lines it past the first baseman into right field. That is a leadoff single. So Goldschmidt stops at first, and that brings up Dylan Carlson. So Dylan Carlson batting from the left side with nobody out, the runner on first, and now it's going to be time to bring in Blake Taylor. Blake Taylor is ready to pitch, and he will come into the number 9 spot and do the pitching against Dylan Carlson. Dylan Carlson will be turned around to bat from the right side. With a runner on first, nobody out. Cubs up by 2 in the top of the 8th inning. Here is the first pitch to Dylan Carlson. Blake Taylor looking for the sign and the delivery. And there's a drive into the gap in right center field. That did not work out very well. Carlson with extra bases. He's going to round second and head for third. The run comes home as Dylan Carlson has a triple, which makes this a 5-4 ball game in the top of the 8th inning. And now, in a 1-run game in the 8th inning, and Adam Kinzer coming up to bat for the Cardinals, and now it's going to be time to bring in Edwin Diaz. So we are going to have another double switch, which is going to look like this. Diaz is going to come in for Malik Smith. He is going to bat in the number 6 spot and pitch. Danny Santana is going out to left, and CJ Cron is going to play first base, and he will bat second in the next half inning. So now Diaz facing Kinzer with 1 out, nobody on, in the top of the 8th inning. So apparently Dylan Carlson was thrown out attempting to advance to third. Diaz facing Kinzer. 2-2 is the count. Diaz is looking for the sign, and here is the pitch. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Second out of the inning. A fastball at 98. And now Diaz facing Dexter Fowler. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the 2-2 count. And the pitch to Dexter Fowler. And a swing and a miss for strike 3, which will end the inning. So Diaz strikes out 2 to preserve the 1-run lead. We go to the bottom of the 8th of a 5-4 ball game. Ramos facing Guerrera in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch, and there's a liner into center field. That's going to be a leadoff single as Ramos stops at first, and it'll bring up CJ Cron. With nobody out, the runner on first, Cron facing Guerrera in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here is a 1-2 count, and Cron pops it up to short center field. Coming in is Harrison Bader. He has a line on it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Horner now the batter, 1 out, 1 man on. Guerrera working with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch to Nico Horner. It's a grounder to first. The first baseman has it. He flips to the pitcher covering, and that's going to be out number 2. On the fielder's choice, Ramos takes second, which will bring up Carlos Correa with 2 outs and the runner on second. Cubs looking to add a run here in the bottom of the 8th. Runner is in scoring position. Correa 2 for 4 today. 1-2 is the count, and Correa swings and misses to end the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. They do not score. We go to the top of the 9th of a 5-4 ball game. And now Diaz is going to face Colon, the pitcher spot, and Valleca in the top of the 9th inning to try to nail down the save. Diaz working with a 1-strike count. Here's the pitch to Colon, and there's a drive into left. Chasing is Santana on the warning track. He makes the play for out number 1. That was a nice defensive effort there. And now Kurt Suzuki comes up to pinch hit for the Cardinals. I'm pretty sure we just saw him in San Diego, but maybe that was his younger brother. I'm not sure. Suzuki has 1 home run, 10 RBIs, and a .324 batting average on the season. He's facing Diaz with 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 9th inning. 1-2 is the count. Edwin Diaz delivers the pitch, and there's a drive into center field. Chasing is Springer, and he makes the play for out number 2. So now, Diaz facing Valleca. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 9th inning. Here's a 1-strike count, and the pitch from Diaz, and a pop-up to center deep, going back, and the play is going to be made off the wall. This will be extra bases. So the runner is on second, representing the tying run here in the top of the 9th inning. Valleca with the 2-out double in the top of the 9th, bringing up Harrison Bader. Diaz working with 2 outs and the runner on second in the top of the 9th inning. And I think that if it comes to it, Skubal is going to have to be the man. We're going to walk out here and visit the mound, make sure that Diaz isn't too flustered after giving up that double. Diaz now working to Harrison Bader with 2 outs and the tying run on second. Here's the 1-2 count and the pitch, and a swing and a miss at a high fastball to end the game. So the Cubs win 5-4, getting 5 runs on 11 hits with 1 error. The Cardinals 4 runs on 10 hits with no errors. The player of today's game is the Cubs' Chris Archer. He went 5 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs all earned, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Junior Fernandez gets the win out of the bullpen. As the bullpen, we got a win, a hold, another hold, another hold, another hold, and then Diaz getting his 15th save of the season by working an inning and 2/3 at the end of the ball game. There were 5 relievers that only recorded either 1 or 2 outs to get us through the 6th and 7th innings. So, the Cardinals' Ryan Helsley suffers the loss. He drops to 3-2, while the Cubs' Junior Fernandez gets the win. He goes to 3-0. The Cubs, for their part, have George Springer today, who went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a walk, and drove in the first 2 runs in this ballgame. So the Cubs improved to 41-21, as the Cardinals dropped to 31-32. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.